Hi everyone. So I thought I would do a little haul on what I picked up at the VIB Sephora sale, and also just kind of show you how the products worked on my face, what I'm gonna keep, what I'm probably not gonna keep. So let's just get into it. I think I did eyes first. So I picked up the NARS Sarah Moon Give and Take palette, and this is a eyeshadow and face product palette. So probably not going to keep this. And I was excited about this because Karen from Makeup and Beauty Blog had talked about how the shadows worked on her skin, that they didn't enhance fine lines and that kind of thing. So I have a lot of kind of looser skin on my lids, a little more texture. I just have a lot of skin up there, and as I get older it's just kind of falling a little bit, so it's just like, you know, in here and on my actual lids and kind of around my lower lash line. There's a lot of stuff happening there, so that idea was pretty compelling to me. And it was cooler toned. I don't have a lot of cooler toned stuff, so I was very interested in giving it a try, and the colors don't work that well for me. These cooler grays and blues definitely go very gray and blue, and the brown actually is fairly cool toned, which can be a little bit difficult to find a really cool brown for me. And I ended up using this in the crease just to add some warmth, and I did also use the blush in the crease today. So I think it works well enough. Did I mention I've had problems with this creasing? I was using the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer, and it normally is a really good primer for me, but I was having some creasing and patchiness and fading, and it was pretty ugly. So today I'm trying the Urban Decay Original Primer Potion to see if that works any better, but at the end of the day, I don't think I'm going to keep it anyway. The colors aren't that special. The formula I don't find to be really any different than anything else I've used, so it didn't really live up to what I was hoping, where it was just going to work really nicely on kind of the more textured lids. I would say it doesn't have a lot of shimmer. Most of the shades don't have a ton of shimmer, so I don't know. It's just, unfortunately, did not really live up to my probably overly optimistic expectations. Something that I got that was a very nice free sample. So this was just part of one of the three free samples when I placed my order. Two of these quite nicely sized Naked Skin Urban Decay color correcting fluids. So I got peach and green. That's what came in the sample. Peach is quite dark, and I would say in regular lighting I don't really notice that it's so dark if I don't put a concealer on top of it, but under all these lights I was like, ooh, that is definitely quite a bit darker than my face, so that's awkward. But I think I used a little bit more today than I have in the past. We'll see. I also use the green, and I feel it works pretty well. I think that it's similar in formula perhaps to the Sephora Gel Serum Bright Futures. I have the green corrector in that formula, and I do like it. So I had heard that the Naked Skin correctors could be a little dry. They seem to work okay under my eyes, and I do have skin under my eyes that's on the drier side, though it's better than it used to be. Another thing I picked up from Sephora, I don't know if I have any footage of me using it, but the Detox Dry Shampoo. I really like this. It works so much better for me than anything else I've tried. I thought the Batiste was going to be similar, but the problem with the Batiste is I have to use a lot. I went through a can, the big can, and I don't even know if it was a month. It was really fast, and at the end of the day, my hair looked really limp and gross. This stuff lasts for me all day, so it is magic in a can. I love it. Love it. The other major purchase was this Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation, and this is in shade Y215. So it is a lot more yellow than I have. I don't know if they have a Y205 in this foundation formula. I have tried a sample of the HD in Y205, but that was much less yellow. So this is more on the yellow side. It's still very light. It's a new formula. I have used the old formula of the Makeup Forever Face and Body. There's something about this scent that reminds me of MAC Turquotic fragrance, which I really enjoy, but having that kind of scent in my foundation, I don't really enjoy that. I would prefer it to be unscented. I'm still not really sure what I think about this. It has it's sheer to light, I'll say light coverage. I feel like I needed to see it on camera to really even see if anything was happening. It does definitely leave a skin-like finish just because it's very light coverage and it's more on the kind of dewy side of things. So it looks pretty natural, but I've not had a huge amount of success layering it. You can build it up a little, but I don't know that it layers as well as something like MAC Face and Body. I don't know. On my cheeks, to go with kind of the dewy situation, this is the Stila, what's it called? Aqua Glow Watercolor Blush, and this is in Rose Water. This does have a teeny tiny bit of shimmer in it. It's fairly sheer, which I like because my face can't take a whole lot of color. Now it's kind of there's a little bit of a net down there and it's almost kind of like a cushion. I'm not really sure. It'll be interesting to see how easy or difficult it is to get the product as I use it. But I was hoping for something that would kind of keep more of a glossy finish on my cheeks through the winter since they tend to be very dry. So kind of dewier foundation options, dewier blush options. That's what I was thinking there. And I did put, since I thought it was looking rather dark, I put some Maybelline Fit Me in number 15 Fair concealer over top the corrector, which made it look a little overdone and a little cakey and a little dry. Not my best work. I also blended it with, I think, this little spongy dude, the Real Techniques mini one. I think it still had some of my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder on it from this morning, so I think that's why it got looking quite dry. So I did set the rest of my face with this. And is there anything else? On my lips I have the Revlon Kiss Balm in Juicy Peach. I just picked this up from Walgreens. The smell of this one reminds me a lot of the Maybelline Baby Lips in Peach, but less obnoxious. I had kind of an issue with the smell of that one, and that's why I don't wear it all that much, or I think I actually tossed it because it was old and I didn't like the smell. Similar, I think the color maybe it gives a little bit more color. I'm not sure. There's not a lot. I don't have much pigmentation in my lips though, so, and a little bit of color still is going to give me more than what I have before, and I just like it for adding a little bit of warmth and glossiness, and I think it dries out my lips a little, but maybe not terribly. I don't know. Another thing I picked up but did not use, the Sephora Retractable Eyeliner Waterproof in Olive. This is so pretty. I've been kind of on the hunt for an olive green eyeliner that wasn't just gold shimmer on top of a black base with a little green. This one seems to be a little bit more green, a little less on the gold shimmer. It is a shimmery eyeliner though. I also picked up the Urban Decay Heavy Metal glitter liner in AC/DC. I had a like gunmetal silver glitter liner from NYX that was a little bit old. I used it here recently and it burned so badly when I put it on my eyes. Thought, well, you know, it's old. I should probably get a new glitter liner, hopefully one that doesn't burn. I got this one and it totally burns my face. So that's kind of a bummer. I don't know if they all just have like alcohol in them or something and my eyelid area is just very sensitive to it. I don't know. But it is very pretty. So whether or not I will keep this, I'm not sure. I almost want to get a NYX glitter liner and see if it still burns when it's new and see, I don't know. Because if it's going to be about the same, I might as well just have the NYX one as opposed to this one. I think it does have slightly smaller particles of glitter. But if I want a glitter liner, I'm not really looking for super fine particles, so I think I'd be okay with chunkier particles. I don't know. So that's it. I think that's, oh, one thing there's not much I can say about this, but the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose, I had a sample, just like a sample card of this, and liked it so much that I got the roller barrel. And I don't love how it smells initially, but once it dries down, I really enjoy it. I find it to be quite strong, and just to use a little bit of a dab, and it really does last. And yeah, I like this a lot. I also tried a sample card of the bourbon, and I found that one not super unique, and I didn't love it. But I think what I've realized is I don't really like vanilla in fragrances all that much. So that's kind of a funny thing. I used to really dislike rose, and I've really come around to it. So this one's kind of a spicy rose. I also like Chloe, which is more of a sweet rose. Yeah, interesting how that works, how your scent preferences change so much. So I think that is all. And that's all I have. No, it's not all. The other thing I didn't use today is this primer. So I picked up this Party Perfect Murad set, and the reason I wanted it was because I wanted the full size of the Murad Invisiblur Perfecting Shield SPF 30. I had a deluxe sample of this from the Sephora Sun Safety Kit, and I liked it so much for like my cheeks. It helped kind of smooth out my pores a little. I like that it has SPF in it, so it's like another little layer of SPF, and it also kept them from looking too dry. It seemed to help a teeny tiny bit with foundation settling into my pores, so really enjoyed that primer. And this set was the same price as the 1 ounce primer, so I decided to just go ahead and get the set. So it had some moisturizer and an eye lift firming treatment. And I don't know if you use it with iPads or something. I don't know. I have not read about this. So that, I believe, I'm going to stop talking. I think that's everything I picked up from Sephora. So 1 to 2 things are going to be going back, unfortunately, but I would rather have that money to either save or buy something that I am more excited about, that works better for me, color-wise, texture-wise, etc. So yeah, let me know if you picked anything up in the sale. I would love to hear about it. If you love it, if you're gonna return it. It's always kind of interesting to hear those things. And yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.